This morning, the stalemate in Washington continues. What's at stake as the shutdown continues on?
Plus, we are learning more about a fire in the community of Westport, how quickly crews were able to put it out. Just ahead.
And the city of Madison is announcing their leaf pickup dates. How you can find out when your dates are in just a little bit. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning on your Monday, October 6th. I'm Kyrie Unley.
I'm Chris Stanford. Thank you for joining us. A little bit of rain out there to start your Monday.
Yes, setting the scene with the image behind us. Meteorologist Savannah Brito been tracking it all this morning. Savannah, what can people expect as they head out the door?
Yeah, well, definitely a cooler day, and we will see scattered showers continue through pretty much all periods of the day, the morning, afternoon, and evening. Right now, all of that's pretty widespread near Camp Douglas, the Dells, Lone Rock, and near Platteville, mainly north of that area. So not reaching Dane County or the city of Madison yet, but we are going to continue to see that cold front slowly move east. And that's when we're going to see those showers continue to affect the Madison area and then places south. So abnormally dry conditions return to areas south of Lone Rock. They're seeing some rain currently, and then Monroe and Janesville have a decent chance of getting some widespread rain later in the afternoon, and that'll luckily continue overnight. We're at 66 right now. Most of Dane County is sitting in the mid to upper 60s. The yellows where the warmer temperatures are, but you can see where that cold front's located today. 52 in Viroqua, much cooler air that's dropping those areas northwest of the front down into the 50s. So we will as a whole be much cooler this afternoon. We'll talk about how long the 60s will stick around and how much rain we could see from the system.
All right, Savannah, thank you. Now to our top story this morning. It's day 6 of the government shutdown. Today, the Senate is expected to resume voting on a spending bill that could break the political stalemate.
This comes as some crucial programs like SNAP are now relying on reserve funds, putting many at risk of losing assistance. Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program has about 42 million Americans on it for things like groceries. October's benefits have already been sent out, but with no end for the government shutdown in sight, there are now some new concerns over when people could see their November benefits, if at all. There are also concerns about if similar programs will also lose out on vital funding.
For really young children whose sole source of nutrition may be infant formula, the loss of WIC would be absolutely devastating because their families don't have other options.
Yeah, she's talking about WIC, which is very similar to SNAP. WIC helps over 6 million families with basic food and nutrition costs. They say that if a funding bill is not passed within the next 2 weeks, their funding will likely run out as well.
More lawmakers on Capitol Hill are choosing to forgo their paychecks during the shutdown. Some are donating their salaries until the shutdown ends, while others have requested that their pay be withheld. Most rank-and-file members of Congress earn $174,000 a year, with top leadership making even more. Now to some local news. In a developing story this morning, fire officials are continuing their investigation into a large residential fire in Westport.
Firefighters contained the fire about 45 minutes after that first call came in, but officials are still working to determine exactly what started it. Video here from overnight. Dane County Communications saying crews responded to the house on Tuscany Lane just off of Woodland Drive shortly after 6 o'clock yesterday evening. Some of those on site included Cross Plains, Sun Prairie, and Waunakee fire departments. Thankfully, no one was injured.
Madison police are investigating a shooting on the city's northwest side. Officials say someone fired at a car after an argument near Prairie and Hammersley Road, just east of Elver Park. That was around 3 p.m. yesterday. News 3 Now, as you can see, saw officers knocking on doors during the early stages of the investigation. Police confirmed that no one was injured and say there is no current threat to the public.
An investigation now underway into the cause of a fire at a vacant home in Rock County. The sheriff's office says multiple departments responded to a home that was engulfed yesterday around 9:30 in the morning. No one was injured in the fire. The sheriff's department says the fire does not appear to be suspicious, but they are still investigating. New this morning, President Trump's plan to send more federal troops into Portland, Oregon has been halted.
A Trump-appointed judge ruled that the president tried to defy a court order by moving troops from California and Texas into the city. Trump authorized the troops to protect what he called a war-ravaged city. Portland's mayor and Oregon's governor insist the city is safe. Over the weekend, protesters clashed with federal agents outside an ICE facility. White House aide Stephen Miller called the protest violent, armed resistance designed to incapacitate essential operations. And in continuing coverage this morning, 2 protesters are in custody in connection with Saturday's car boxing in demonstration against ICE agents in Chicago. Authorities arrested Miramar Martinez and Anthony Ian Santos Ruiz. A Homeland Security spokesperson said one ICE agent fired defensive shots at the protesters. Martinez ended up in a hospital, and FBI agents arrested her, saying she is responsible. This comes as President Trump is now deploying 300 National Guard troops into the Windy City to protect federal officers and property.
Looking ahead now, this week, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney is set to head to the White House to discuss President Trump's tariff policies. The planned visit comes as Carney is under pressure at home to negotiate some tariff relief for his Canadian fellows, as levies on cars, steel, aluminum, lumber, and energy continue to bite into the economy. President Trump's tariffs have also affected the Canadian workforce as unemployment hit more than 7% in August. That's the highest mark since May of 2016, excluding the pandemic.
This morning, crews are cleaning up debris after a deadly strike at a Ukrainian train station. Ukraine's State Emergency Service reports 1 person killed and dozens injured in Saturday's attack. 3 children under 15 were among the injured. Russian strikes have also left the city of Shashka without power this morning, and officials warn residents to expect delays in restoring services.
Today, classes are canceled at South Carolina State University as police investigate 2 separate campus shootings. Authorities say a woman died in one of those shootings and a man was wounded in the second incident. Both not students at the school, rather people visiting for homecoming events. University officials later canceled a concert that was scheduled because of the shooting.
It's just heartbreaking, because we came up here for a good time, and the good time got shut down early because there's so much violence going on in the communities these days.
Police arrested an 18-year-old for firing shots at someone and carrying a weapon on campus. However, it is unclear if they were involved in either shooting. Former NFL quarterback and Fox TV analyst Mark Sanchez is in police custody this morning, facing multiple charges. Follows a stabbing in Indianapolis. Police say the incident happened early Saturday morning about a mile from Lucas Oil Stadium, home of the Indianapolis Colts. Investigators confirmed 2 men were involved, and it was not a random act of violence. One man suffered minor cuts. The other was stabbed and transported to a hospital for treatment. Sanchez now faces charges of battery, unlawful entry of a motor vehicle, and public intoxication.
Now to the local news. The city of Madison has announced its fall yard waste and leaves pickup. Crews collect leaves, weeds, pumpkins, and other plant debris, but not brush, so keep piles separate. Residents should set out leaves on Sundays to ensure pickup during the week. Every home gets 3 guaranteed curbside pickups, but dates vary by neighborhood, so you can check the City of Madison Yard Waste website or call the Streets Division to see your set-out dates. Officials say to place yard waste at the edge of the street, at least 4 feet from trees, cars, utility poles, and other obstructions.
There you go, that time of year. The weather has been pretty nice for raking up your yard. You want that the dry conditions, it's just a lot easier to handle, but the wind has been making it, I guess, kind of difficult. You don't want that stuff blowing around all over the place.
Yeah, I know people complain about it being all over the place. You said you have a couple of bags already?
Oh yeah, I've gotten started. It's a whole season, all fall, I'll be out there cleaning up.
It's an ongoing job here.
Yeah, it is.
But with the rain, may make it a little tougher to rake those leaves, Savannah.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of us are waking up to rain right now, scattered to pretty widespread, just directly west and northwest of Madison, at least right now. But as that cold front continues to slowly move east, that's when we're going to be dealing with rain. So all periods of the day, morning, afternoon, evening, and then even tonight, I think we will be dealing with scattered off and on showers. That is dropping our visibilities. Lone Rock's down to just 2.5, Boscobel's at 9, but the rest of us right now, we're up to 10. But with that heavy spot of rain kind of moving over areas west of Madison, that is dropping. So I do think we'll continue to see those fluctuate. We do have a cool down. We'll talk about that coming up.
Still ahead, it is Badger Homecoming Week. A quick look at some of this year's biggest events and where you can celebrate.
And our Josh Sprider is live at a special Halloween setup. You gotta see it to believe it.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
We're back. A Sun Prairie family once again has people talking in the 608 with their Halloween display.
Must be good. Josh Sprider is live in their front yard this morning with how it's become, and I can't wait to see it, an annual tradition. There he is. Good morning, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning to you. Yeah, we've made this a tradition on News 3 Now, and this is 5 years straight for this display behind us. Joining us this morning is Aaron Voke, and he's the mastermind behind this. Aaron, thanks so much for having us out again.
Yeah, thanks, Josh. Thank you guys for coming. Yeah, so this is our 5th year for doing this. We did some Frankenstein, some mad scientists. We did some cemetery things, and so this year it's Under the Sea is our theme.
I love it.
Yeah.
And you've outdone yourself. Every time I come back here, I'm like, there's no way he can have more, and you do have more, and the neighbors are even getting involved.
Yeah, it's really funny. I feel kind of like an influencer because we have ours set up, and then we're able to pass some things off to different neighbors and kind of spread that love around, which my wife loves, being able to kind of push things down the street. But yeah, kind of incorporating some new things this year. I was able to kind of exchange some things with people on Facebook and create from pool noodles, create some coral to make some octopus arms and kind of a deep sea, under the sea kind of theme. So that's been really fun.
I love it, and you know, this has been something that has grown so much over the years that you guys also are giving back to the Sun Prairie Emergency Food Pantry. There's a bin that you'll see right here on the curb behind us, and that's really what this has been all about, is giving back to the community.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we take an opportunity when people come by and, you know, exchanging this kind of unique tradition of passing out candy and people still kind of going out and getting active with the community, but then also kind of sharing that love with individuals. And so it's fun. We put it out there and don't really say much, and, you know, people are you know, open to give donations. So that's wonderful.
All right, let's take us through the front yard here, because there isn't much grass showing. You really try to take up as much space as you can.
That's right. Yeah, I tell people it kind of looks like in between maybe a yard sale and some decorating with it. But yeah, so as I mentioned, I took a bunch of pool noodles and made kind of a aquarium look, have a kraken, have a shark, with this being the 50th anniversary for Jaws. I've got a pirate captain and you know, a couple other different characters around, kind of a broken pirate ship. I have an Aquaman on one of those 12-foot skeleton kind of characters, and yeah, just kind of incorporating the deep sea theme to all of it.
You know, how do you come up with these ideas year after year? Because you change it up all the time.
Yeah, you know, I think I get inspired by something on Pinterest and Facebook. I get inspired by things, and what's really fun is I'll hear people, or my son will say, oh, we should do this year. You know, we're doing Under the Sea this year. My son is big into Harry Potter, so we're looking at doing that next year. And I feel like I'm behind because there are people that are 5 years out from the things they're doing. So that's yeah, it's fun. But I think I get ideas off of the internet, or I'll see things somewhere and think, you know, that would be fun. That would be kind of a fun thing to do.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. And you can see some of the animatronics here working as well as you step in front of these. All right, so people are interested. Obviously, it is spooky season. It's October now, so plenty of time for folks to come on out and drive by, walk by, whatever they want to do.
Yeah, definitely. We are in Sun Prairie, so we're down the street from Walmart and the post office. We're on Silverado. I tell people you can't miss it. You can see the hue in the sky with the lights, and so. But yeah, this is an opportunity. People can come by. The lights are on. I tell them to come by at dark so they can see the lights, but everything's on during the day as well. And so I have them come by and enjoy it and kind of walk around. People come from all over the place and tell me they've seen it on the internet and things, and so it's fun to kind of share in that experience.
I love it. Well, Aaron, thanks so much for having us out. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Josh. Thank you guys for
if
coming.
you'd like to learn more, absolutely, you can go to the story up on channel3000.com. Everything you need to know if you guys want to come check it out for yourself. I'm a little spooked out by some of these animatronics behind us, guys. They're talking, they're moving. A lot of fun up here in Sun Prairie this morning.
Very impressive. Always love seeing what they've got to offer. A Harry Potter theme next year. That sounds awesome. I can't wait to see what they've got up their sleeve for years ahead. There you go. Check it out in Sun Prairie. Thanks, Josh.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out either on social media or email us at inthe608@WISC-TV.com for a chance to be featured.
All right, let's check in with Savannah. What do you got for us here? What's this?
Well, this is our record. We broke our record on Friday. The old record was set back 20 years ago in 2005, 85, but our high Friday got up to 87 in Madison, so we shattered that record by 2 degrees, and the near record warmth did continue into Saturday. We didn't tie it, but we did come within a degree of it. So we are well above average the first 5 days of October. Today is October 6th, but this is data at the Dane County Regional Airport through the first 5 days. October so far far, 82.8 degrees. Our normal, though, 65.7 degrees. So we are well above average. It's been a very warm start and also a dry start. We have not seen any measurable rainfall in Madison yet. Our normal is closer to ½ an inch. And luckily, we do have a cold front that's moving through the area that'll drop us for fall lovers closer to where our temperatures should be. And we're waking up with some much needed rain this morning, too. Areas near Lone Rock stretching up to the Dells, waking up to some pretty spotty and heavy showers. All the yellows on radar, and then some scattered showers up near Camp Douglas into the north of Platteville, just to the northwest of Fond du Lac, too. We're not seeing that across Dane County yet, but that's going to slowly move in, and the temperatures behind the cold front are dropping very, very quickly. Viroqua is now down to 52. La Crosse is still at 55, Camp Douglas 54, Wisconsin Dells now dropping to 59. As that cold front continues to move further to the east. Lone Rock is still at 65. We're still holding at 66 for the time being. We will see temperatures drop through the early to mid-morning hours. I do think we'll briefly rebound, but then temperatures are going to drop out behind that again. So as a whole, today will be a lot cooler than what we have seen. And usually we peak and see our high temperature around 2 to 4 p.m. We already saw that after midnight. That was the warmest part of the day. And then our temperatures during the afternoon will fall. So 63 by 2, and then we're down to 61 by 4. I think some of us will already be down to the 50s, though. As far as how much rain we're going to see, I do think most of us are at least going to pick up 1/10, maybe 2/10 of an inch. Some people close to ½ an inch, and I think that's for Madison and the majority of the area stretching from Mineral Point, Boscobel, Lone Rock, the Dells, and then areas south and east of Madison. This is lunchtime. We'll still be dealing with scattered showers, and then I think heavy, widespread rain will move in late afternoon, early evening. Maybe a little bit of a break. We'll still be dealing with spotty showers, but then tonight, the better chance for more widespread rain will be south of here. I still think we'll have spotty showers, light ones in Madison, hanging into early tomorrow morning. And then sunshine returns for the second half of tomorrow, as well as cooler temperatures. We're down to the mid-60s.
All right, that'll feel nice. Savannah, thank you. Hey, more playoff baseball in Milwaukee today. The Brewers host the Cubs for Game 2 of the National League Divisional Series. Brewers won Game 1 pretty easy, 9-3 on Saturday. Believe it or not, this is the first ever postseason game between the two clubs. Their history is well documented. They played over 450 times over the years, but all of those were in the regular season. Here's what fans are saying.
If they close the roof and it starts leaking like it did last time, hey, we got this.
And the Cubs fans will be sad, but we'll console them on the way home.
All right. Cubs and the Brewers go at it again tonight. 8:08 is the first pitch. It's the best out of 5 series, so the Brewers just 2 wins away from advancing.
All right, not bad. Well, the green and gold return to the field this Sunday. The Packers are on their bye week right now. Last week, Green Bay played to a tie against the Cowboys in Dallas. Their next game is against Cincinnati on October 12th in Green Bay. You can catch all the action right here on WISC-TV at 3:25 on Sunday.
And to the Badgers now. Today kicks off UW's homecoming week. Here are some of the big events going on this week. We've got Fill the Hill, which is back again this year. That starts on Thursday. The homecoming parade is Friday at 6. And then after the parade, there's a multicultural yard show. And then on Saturday, that's the big football game. Wisconsin plays Iowa at 6 p.m. under the lights at Camp Randall.
Yes, lots of events going on. I know homecoming week is always an exciting time. Hopefully builds that momentum leading into Saturday for the Badgers.
We need some juice to get the Badgers back to their winning ways, you know?
Yes, I have hope in them this week. We'll see what happens. Well, still ahead, do you love the smell of a backyard barbecue?
Yeah, sure do.
Well, one company taking that scent to an unexpected place.
Coming up next half hour, UW Health now accepting new COVID shot appointments. We'll look at how both new and current patients can schedule vaccines.
Welcome back. So here's a look at what's trending this morning. Have you ever just wanted to smell like a backyard barbecue without firing up the grill?
Nope. You know, maybe.
Okay.
I know I wouldn't mind smelling like it.
Yes, I mean, it's a no for me. But Progresso's got you covered if you're looking to achieve that smell. So the company has rolled out a limited edition pit kit pairing its new
Pit kit. Oh, look at that.
Pitmaster barbecue style
It's a solid play on
grilled
words.
chicken and fire roasted corn soup with a Pitmaster deodorant. There you have it. The deodorant promises to give fans the smoky scent of the grill without ever touching a flame. The Pit Kit sells for $15 at ProgressoPitKit.com. So apparently the first kit sold out, but they have a second release for October 16th.
Wonder if they can get it in like an Axe body spray.
Oh, I can just smell the middle school locker room now.
Oh, yeah, nope.
No.
I prefer like sweet pea or like, I don't know, anything else,
I don't
really.
know if the Pit Kit is going to do what it needs to do, so maybe just leave it on Progresso's
Yeah,
website.
throw it away.
We're back after this.
This morning, the government shutdown grinds on. What President Trump is now saying about mass federal layoffs.
And a plan for peace in the Middle East. The critical meeting's happening today.
And new information about a house fire in Dane County. What we're learning about the response. Good Monday morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Lee. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. Hope you're up and at 'em, ready to take on this Monday.
Got a little bit of rain you may have to dodge out there on your way to work or school. Let's check in with Savannah to see how things are this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, we're unfortunately going to be dealing with off and on showers through the day, even though there are some areas that could use the rain. So that's some good news. 66 right now in Madison. That rain is not reaching us yet, but shortly will. 8 in the morning, 63. We'll actually see temperatures rise a little bit through the late morning into the early afternoon hours and then fall the rest of the day. So we've already achieved technically our daytime high right after midnight. That's when we were the warmest. The showers are not reaching Cross Plains again, but just to the northwest of that area. Heavier showers near Arena, Prairie du Sac, an area stretching all the way up to Wisconsin Dells and east of Camp Douglas. These are all ahead of the cold front, and that's dropping our temperatures already for areas like Black River Falls, La Crosse, and Viroqua this morning. We'll show those current temps and talk about how long the 60s are going to stick around.
All right, thanks, Savannah. Well, we are now in day 6 of a federal government shutdown with no clear resolution in sight.
Today, the Senate is expected to keep voting on short-term funding bills, but so far, lawmakers are showing few signs of meaningful negotiation. Lawmakers continue to debate provisions to extend or protect medical subsidies under the Affordable Care Act and Medicaid. The spending packages being discussed would only be temporary, funding the government for another 7 weeks. But the stalemate is expected to drag on as both sides continue blaming each other for the shutdown.
We will not support a partisan Republican spending bill that continues to gut the health care of the American people.
Democrats just need to open up the government. I'm hoping that some of them have a change of heart.
Meantime, mass layoffs of federal workers have already begun. When asked last night when those layoffs would start, President Trump said it's taking place right now. The president isn't backing down from his threat to fire more federal employees, blaming Democrats for the move. However, those decisions rest solely with the White House.
This comes as a new CBS News poll finds that many Americans are concerned about the shutdown's effect on the economy. 49% say that they are very concerned. Another 31% said they're somewhat concerned. This is as those surveyed say the most important issues facing the country right now are the economy, jobs, and inflation. A majority of respondents said they disapprove of the way that President Trump, congressional Democrats, and Republicans in Congress have all handled the shutdown.
The nation's highest court is back in session today, even as the government remains shut down. Justices are set to hear arguments in several high-profile cases, including the legality of Lisa Cook's firing and a Second Amendment dispute out of Hawaii. The Hawaii case centers on a law that prohibits carrying guns on private property without the owner's permission.
This comes just a day after police say that a man had explosives while outside of a church service that the justices commonly attend. This year, none of the justices, though, attended the Red Mass at St. Matthew's Cathedral. Police say that the man who allegedly had the explosives was arrested after he refused to leave the church. And when they searched him, that is when they found the explosives.
In more national news this morning, police in Montgomery, Alabama, investigating a mass shooting that left 2 people dead and 14 others injured. Police say rival gunmen opened fire into a crowd late Saturday night. Investigators are now interviewing possible suspects and have recovered several weapons from the scene. The police chief says officers won't rest until everyone responsible is in custody.
Developing now, a Westport home is damaged after a fire last night. The Dane County Communications Center telling us this morning that the call came in around 6:05 last night and was put out in about 45 minutes. Several agencies there, including Middleton, Wanakee, and DeForest. The home on Tuscany Lane, just off of Woodland Drive. Officials are working now to determine what caused the fire. They did tell us no one was injured. In Egypt this morning, ceasefire talks will begin. Israel, Hamas, and the U.S. all have delegations there.
Tomorrow marks 2 years since the October 7th attacks that launched the war in Gaza. Now, analysts say there's a real chance for peace. Negotiators are reviewing President Donald Trump's 20-point roadmap for peace. The plan calls for an immediate ceasefire and gives Hamas 72 hours to release all Israeli hostages. In return, Israel would free 250 prisoners and more than 1,700 detainees. Eventually, the proposal calls for Israel's full withdrawal from Gaza. For the first time, Israeli leaders are now publicly supporting that idea.
It's a great deal for Israel. It's a great deal for the entire Arab world, Muslim world, and world. So we're very happy about it.
Pressure to end the conflict is intensifying after Israel allegedly tried to assassinate a Hamas ceasefire delegation in Qatar.
It comes as Pope Leo is now calling out the rise of anti-Semitic hatred in the world. In a prayer devotional, the Pope referenced last week's synagogue attack and said he continues to be saddened by the suffering of the Palestinian people in Gaza. Leo, the first American Pope, acknowledged that some significant steps have been taken in ceasefire negotiations and that he hopes for it to be resolved as soon as possible.
Looking ahead, the case against former FBI Director James Comey goes to court this week. A grand jury indicted him last month on charges of obstructing a congressional proceeding and making false statements about his 2020 Senate testimony on an FBI leak. CBS News reports FBI leaders now plan to have Comey escorted to court instead of letting him arrive on his own. Comey denies the allegations and says he has great confidence in the federal judicial system.
6:35 now. If you're still looking to get your COVID shot, you're in luck. UW Health opening up their COVID vaccine appointments today. All you have to do to get an appointment is call one of their clinics directly. You could also schedule an appointment through MyChart. Those who already have a flu vaccine scheduled with UW Health can also ask if they can get their COVID shot during that appointment. UW Health recommends everyone over the age of 6 months get the COVID vaccine.
As a reminder, the DNR's annual deer hunt opens up this weekend. This is an opportunity for those 15 and younger to learn hunting skills and connect with nature before the main 9-day gun season. No hunter education certification is needed, but an adult mentor must supervise. So safety is key here. Follow the Tab K rules and wear blaze orange. New hunters can celebrate their first harvest by applying online for a certificate.
And today, UW's Homecoming Week kicks off. Here are some of the big events going on this week. Fill the Hill is back this year. That starts on Thursday. The Homecoming Parade is Friday at 6. And then after the parade, there is a multicultural yard show. And then Saturday, the Badgers take on the Iowa Hawkeyes at 6 p.m. under the lights at Camp Randall.
And today the Brewers are back at home in Milwaukee, continuing their National League Division Series against the Cubs. The Brewers won Game 1 over the weekend, 9-3. It's the first postseason meeting ever between the two rivals after 456 regular season matchups through the years. The first game brought fans from both sides together, making this one of the most anticipated series of the year.
If they close the roof and it starts leaking like it did last time, hey, we got this.
And the Cubs fans will be sad, but we'll console them on the way home.
Well, we'll see if the Cubs need any consoling on their way home tonight against Milwaukee. First pitch from AmFam Field at 8:08.
Yes, so hopefully they'll keep that momentum going. I know you say it always gets a little shaky in the postseason.
Well, yeah, they just haven't had the greatest luck. You know, the Brewers have had some hot teams in recent years. They just haven't been able to pick up any momentum in the postseason. This year, though, the energy feels different. They got a great start against the Cubs. They looked fantastic. Tonight, though, if they can, pick up another one against the Cubs, I mean, that'll
just be the icing
one
on the
game
cake.
at a time. Got to win one game at a time. So tonight, it's all about that one.
Yes. Well, let's check in with meteorologist Vanna Brito, getting folks ready to head out the door. Tracking something on that radar, though.
Yeah, we are. We're waking up with some rain, so might want to grab the umbrella or light rain jacket before heading out. Temperatures are also cooler northwest of Madison. That's where all the rain is. Lone Rock, Wisconsin Dells even seeing some heavier showers, and some of that is getting into far, far northwestern western Dade County as we speak, so might want to keep that handy because throughout all periods of the day, I think we'll see showers this morning, the afternoon, evening, and even tonight for some of us. A lot of cloud cover, not the ideal day out there to start our work week off, but some areas really need the rain, so that's some good news. And a lot cooler. We already hit our high for the day after midnight, falling temps through the rest of the day. We'll talk about the 60s and how much rain we're going to see.
All right, Savannah, thank you. Coming up after the break, a popular dog treat brand is being recalled. We'll tell you which one and why up next.
Under the sea this morning in the 608 for a must-see Halloween display. We're going to talk to the creator coming up next on News 3 Now this morning.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
6:42, time to see what's going on in the 608 this morning. We are checking out a Sun Prairie family's home that once again has people talking with their Halloween display.
Hi, Josh Prider is live in their front yard this morning with how it's become an annual tradition.
Good morning to you guys. Yeah, this display is massive. Just take a look behind me. It takes up the whole front yard and even over into the neighbors this morning. Joining us is Aaron Voken, the mastermind behind this. Aaron, good morning to you.
Good morning, Josh.
You know, this is year number 5, and year after year, you keep making this bigger and better.
Oh, yeah. We did like a Frankenstein. We did a mad scientist, a cemetery. And this year we have Under the Sea, kind of creatures of the deep. Really kind of passing that love around to, as you mentioned, people down the street and some of our inflatables and really sharing that love, kind of lighting the yard, lighting the neighborhood. It's been a lot of fun creating things.
You know, how do you come up with these ideas year after year?
I think just seeing things on Pinterest or Facebook, hearing things, I'm able to exchange some items I've met some families across kind of over the years and exchange their things with my things. This year we're doing kind of pool noodles for kind of under the sea things and also just sharing and giving back to the community. It's a lot of fun.
And you know, speaking of that, you know, this is neighbors helping neighbors. You have a bin placed here in your front yard. It's got some pre-emergency food pantry on it. So you're turning this into kind of that give back sort of event.
Right. You know, people come out and they see it, and we're just, you know, asking people to share and give when people, you know, sharing in that joy and giving. Halloween is such a fun opportunity where people come and dress up in costumes and then pass off candy. So we're saying, you know, can we share that love with other people as well?
And you know, obviously we mentioned this is year number 5, so your creation, you have to get a little unique every single year.
Oh yeah, you know, I repurpose things. I see things online. I'll take pool noodles for this year for Under the Sea into coral. I have some pirate chests that I used from years past and added some things to them, some starfish and chains and things. But then got some different animatronics. I have a Jaws from the Jaws 50th anniversary. I have a Kraken, a giant Aquaman costume, and just kind of repurposing those ideas and those things from the past.
Well, I mean, you talk about some of the detail, like the eyes up there, right there. Yeah. I mean, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's really great. You know, seeing the things that kind of bring that joy and that mystery into kids' eyes and them coming out and sharing it. You know, they get off their screen and they come out and see this and they ask me, what are you putting up next? Or when's this going up? Or what is that? Or kind of that excitement when they see something and they see it. Oh, that's really cool. That's the joy that kind of keeps me coming back.
And this has kind of been almost a birthday celebration for your family too, because your son's birthday is the day after Halloween. So this is kind of a big deal.
Oh, yeah. So he'll be 11 this year. And we went trick-or-treating the day before, you know, he was born, and so kind of carrying that tradition is really fun and kind of adding that into things.
Oh, it's so cool. So if people are interested, obviously, we still have plenty of time in October to be able to come and check it out for themselves.
Yeah, so we're in Sun Prairie. We're down the street from the post office or Walmart. We're on Silverado, if you look it up on the internet, you can find the house, but you can see the light in the sky as you kind of come around the bend and see this on the street.
That's beaming all the way up with all the brightness.
Exactly.
Well, what's coming next year?
Oh, well, so we're thinking about Harry Potter, but I feel I'm behind because a lot of people are like 5 years into the future for what they want to. I don't have that kind of bandwidth in my brain for that.
Well, I'm excited to see what you come up with next year because year after year, you impress us, so way to go.
Well, thank you. Thank you guys for coming
Yes, absolutely. If you'd like to learn more about this Halloween display and when and where you can check it out for yourself, just go to the story up on channel3000.com. It's officially spooky season, guys, and we love to see this display. Isn't it cool?
Oh, we do love to see it. Josh Brighter live in Sun Prairie. Tell him it looks great for us, and I can't wait to see that Harry Potter theme next year. That sounds really fun.
Yes.
Love me some Harry Potter.
Yeah, 5 years is a big deal for sure. All right, Josh, thank you. If you're looking for an idea to share, you can share it with Josh. You can reach out either on social media or reach out to us via email in the 608 at WISC-TV.com.
All right, Savannah is tracking some showers out there. Who's getting wet this morning, Savannah?
Yeah, well, areas basically all west of Madison right now. That is getting into far northwestern Dane County, but areas north of Platteville, near Lone Rock, up towards the Dells, and just near Watoma, those places are waking up to an active start already this morning. We've got some yellows on radar too. The cold front continuing to move further to the east. It was up near La Crosse, now just to the north of Lone Rock and just basically in Wisconsin Dells almost. That's where the cooler temperatures are this morning. We're still at 66. That's mild, but then check out the Dells, 58, even 52 in Viroqua and 54 in Camp Douglas. So you can really see where that cold front is this morning. We'll continue to see that move east and see that rain affect pretty much all periods of the day, the rest of the morning, into the afternoon, evening, and even tonight. I think we'll rebound a little bit into the afternoon, and then we'll see temperatures continue to fall the rest of the day. So the warmest part is basically what we're dealing with right now, and then what we had shortly after midnight. We'll rise back to about 65 after cooling down, and then the rest of the day is going to be cooler. We're already probably going to be down to the upper 50s and near 60 heading into that 2 p.m. hour. So usually that's like our warmest stretch of the day. Today will be one of the cooler stretches of the day. That's not going to set the tone for the rest of the week. Yeah, we've got a couple of 60s in the forecast, but we rebound towards the end of the week. This is almost lunchtime, still showing some rain. I think it'll be heavier and a little bit more widespread once we're heading into that late afternoon, early evening hour as that front continues to push east. Got a couple of leftover showers that we will be dealing with even in the evening, and then tonight as that front kind of sits to our south, we'll be still dealing with a couple of spotty lighter showers, but the heaviest and more widespread rain that's going to be sitting south of Madison down towards Monroe, Janesville, and out across the Rockford area. As far as how much rainfall you can expect, areas northwest of Madison, couple hundredths of an inch. I think most of us are looking at a tenth up to about half an inch, with that heaviest rain kind of tracking across Dane County, Watertown, and then especially those areas that are seeing that blue, Monroe, Janesville. Those places could be closer to about half an inch or even 3/4 of an inch of rain. And those areas south of Madison need it the most because they've been dealing with abnormally dry conditions now for 2 weeks in a row. That was reflected on our drought monitor the last 2 weeks, and now areas south of Lone Rock seeing that, and far north or far southwestern Dane County as well. Lots of sunshine in the forecast to follow this though, and then we are finally seeing these 70s that are going to return. So really nice heading into this upcoming weekend.
I mean, I'm not upset about it. I am going to miss those 8s in the forecast. But as, like I said, I can handle the 60s, I can handle the 70s. Just when it gets under 60, that's when I start to shed a little, shed a little tear.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, just a little bit.
Oh, I'm excited to pull out the flannels.
Pull out the jacket,
pull those flannels back out.
The boots.
Wore mine into work this morning.
Boots, jeans, flannel, come on.
Yeah.
That's fall.
All the fall vibes.
Love it. Thank you, Savannah.
Well, in some consumer news this morning, dog owners, some of your dog's treats are being recalled this morning over salmonella concerns. Best Buy Bones, based in Michigan, is recalling select Nature's Own Pet Chews Bully Bites. They were sold in stores in Wisconsin. So far, no cases of salmonella have been reported. The company says if you have these treats, throw them away or return them to the store for a refund. The treats come in 16-ounce bags and have an expiration date of September 2027. The company says anyone who bought the treats should throw them away or return them to the place of purchase for a refund.
6:50 coming up in the morning sprint. Apple's removing an app from the App Store per federal request. We tell you which one right after the break.
And we are celebrating a birthday today. Willie is 3. Happy birthday. Enjoy your day.
6:54, time for the morning sprint.
It's day 6 of the government shutdown. Today, the Senate is expected to resume voting on a spending bill that could end the political stalemate. Crucial programs like SNAP are now relying on reserve funds, putting many at risk of losing assistance. Roughly millions of Americans rely on the program to help pay for much-needed groceries.
President Trump's plan to send more federal troops into Portland has been halted. Trump appointed judge saying the president also tried to defy a court order by sending troops from California and Texas into the city. Trump made the call to send those troops into Portland to protect what he called A war-ravaged city. Portland's mayor and Oregon's governor disagree.
A Westport home is damaged this morning after a big fire last night. The Dane County Communications Center confirms the call came in just after 6 o'clock and the fire was put out 45 minutes later. Middleton, Wanakee, and DeForest Fire all responded to the home on Tuscany Lane, just off of Woodland Drive. Officials are still working to determine what caused the fire and said nobody was injured.
Apps that alert people about sightings of ICE agents are now removed from the Apple Store. The removal follows a request from the Department of Justice. Apple told the creator of app ICE Block it does not comply with store guidelines. President Trump and his administration have argued the apps pose a threat to ICE agents, which ICE Block's creator calls patently false.
Now is the time to start raking up your leaves. The city of Madison says everyone must set their leaves out on Sunday to be picked up during the week. You can visit the city's website to see which week pickup is in your neighborhood. Remember to keep any yard waste at the edge of the street and at least 4 feet from trees and other obstructions.
Today, the Brewers are back at home in Milwaukee, continuing their National League Division Series against the Cubs. Brewers won Game 1 easily Saturday, 9-3. They played against the Cubs over 450 times, but never in the postseason. Game 2 tonight from AmFam Field at 8:08.
Well, we're waking up with some rain, not breezy of conditions compared to what we had over the weekend, but also a lot cooler. We're not looking at any 80s on that extended forecast. 68 Thursday, back up to 70 by Friday, and then this weekend looks pretty good. Again, not quite as warm or as nice as last weekend, but we'll take it.
Yes, as long as I still see the 7s, I'm okay. I am okay. Yes, Savannah, thank you.
CBS Mornings is coming up next.
Our next newscast is coming up at noon.